He attempted to unalive her, and now she decided it's okay to go work in the prison where he's kept. Hello? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be talking about all of the 7 books that I read in August. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but on top of me working like pretty much a full-time job and also being a college student, I would say that's pretty dang good. So I don't know, I know there's like booktubers out there that read a ton of books, but guys, let's be for real, that's not realistic for everybody, and I'm not here to judge you if you read 0 books a month or if you read 100 books a month. Like, you know, we're all just here because, I don't know, I assume we all love reading and we love talking about books. So yeah, for me, reading 7 books in 1 month, especially during like a really busy back to school season, is just like really crazy. So I'm proud of myself, and I don't know if y'all watched my TBR jar video for August, in which my TBR jar picked all the books on my August TBR. I actually read quite a few books on the TBR, which I'm really proud of myself for. So without further ado, let's just get right on into it. The first book we're going to be talking about is Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. Y'all might have already seen me talking about this book on my channel because technically I started reading it in July and I just ended up finishing it in August, technically, I'm pretty sure. So that's why we're including it in this video, because I'm pretty sure I had like a little bit left by the time August started. So, but if y'all didn't know, I did not like this book. I'm sorry to say, I'm really sorry. I ended up giving this book a 2-star, I'm pretty sure. And that's not to say that you won't like it, because I'm pretty sure it has like a really high Goodreads rating. Let me just see real quick. Yeah, it has a 4.05 rating on Goodreads. Seeing that is just crazy to me though, because if y'all saw the reading vlog which I read this book in, you would know I did not enjoy this book in the slightest. Let me just back it up and tell y'all what this book is about, because I feel like the premise was good. It's just the execution, in my opinion. Basically, this book follows these 2 college students. They meet in college. They go to school together at NYU, and they end up having this like what is supposedly undeniable connection with each other, even though for a while she denies it and he treats her like crap. I don't know, just like the words that come out of his mouth and the way that he talks to her, oh, it was like, could not stand him as a character. And basically, after all of this like undeniable connection, how they're meant to be together, they end up going their separate ways like after graduation, and somehow the miscommunication in this is like horrendous. If you do not like the miscommunication trope, be warned, because they don't speak to each other for 15 years. Like, hello? And we're supposed to believe that like neither one of them ran into the other one somehow. Like, come on now. Come on now. In the age of technology, you didn't try to communicate through that. I don't know. And then like the third act conflict was just like predictable, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe that's just me reading a bunch of books and seeing common themes and everything, but I don't know. I felt like it had potential, but it just wasn't my favorite. So yeah, the first book, Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino, not my favorite, but I do have the physical copy, so it'll be staying on my shelf. You know what I mean? The next book I read was One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. What the heck? This book was something else, y'all. Any book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, y'all already know is gonna have just like the most powerful writing. Like, I literally wanted to underline and tab like so many different quotes in this. I don't know, I can't bring myself to do it in my books. I feel too bad, but I really want to get into it, because especially this one, there are just so many quotes that were too good. And if y'all saw my reading vlog on this one, y'all heard some of those quotes. They're just like amazing. Basically, this book follows this girl. She grew up in the New England area, and pretty much her and her husband at the time, she fell in love with somebody she went to high school with, and pretty much both of them had the mission in mind that they wanted to get out of there, out of that area. They did not enjoy living there, so they fled to California. And one day he ended up going on a flight because he was like, I'm trying to remember, like a film producer or something. He was going to Alaska to, I don't remember exactly, do something or another up there. And basically his plane ended up going missing, and Emma, the main character, all of her family, everybody thought that he had passed away. So she ended up moving on with her life, marrying someone else that she went to high school with, and she kind of realizes through self-discovery what she actually wants out of life. And then all of a sudden, her old husband that she was married to, originally the one that disappeared that they thought wasn't alive anymore, he reappeared. They found him and he was alive still. What the heck? This book was crazy. That whole premise to me just sounded so interesting. I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up, but this was one of those books where it's not like a love triangle. What is it called? Where like you literally can cannot pick between the two men. Y'all, you know how in like The Summer I Turned Pretty, for example, it's so obviously Conrad. This book, you like could not pick between the two guys. They were both so perfect in their own way. And just both of their undeniable love for her, like, oh, it was so good. And because of that, it honestly put such a stress on me for some reason. I don't know why, but this book was stressing me out reading it, y'all. So for that, I did have to take off a star. I gave it 4 stars overall, but still, I really did enjoy this book a whole lot. Premise was so interesting, and just, yeah, another Taylor Jenkins read. Absolute banger. I loved it. The next book I read was Circe, and I actually didn't include this one in a reading vlog. I don't know why. I think just because it was a little bit intimidating to me, and I just wanted to kind of like take it for what it was and not put too much pressure on myself to try to explain it to anybody. And I honestly wanted to see if it would give me the 5-star feeling that The Song of Achilles, also by Madeline Miller, gave to me. This book to me was a 4-star. I don't know, just, I don't even know how to explain it. The story of Circe. She's a Greek goddess, and yeah, she just went through the ringer through her whole entire life, and just her self-discovery and realizing what's important to her, and just like everything she went through. I don't know, this was just such a powerful book, and I enjoyed it. I would not say it was as good as The Song of Achilles by far. That book was like literally one of my favorite books, and so I feel like that's why I put off Circe for so long as I did, because I didn't know if it was going to give me that same 5-star feeling, and I just wanted to read it at the perfect moment. But yeah, overall it was a 4-star. I haven't really thought about it much since I finished it, but overall it was still really good and I would recommend. Next up, we've got The Inmate by Frida McFadden. This is the second Frida McFadden book I ever read, and let me tell y'all, it was pretty dang good. I wouldn't say it was as good as The Boyfriend by her, maybe just because I had already read one of her books and I knew kind of like how she goes about writing her plot twists and what to look out for, because for a while it seemed extremely similar to that one, which I was kind of like disappointed about. I thought that it wasn't going to give me a good plot twist just because I thought I knew what was going on, but I didn't. Let me just tell y'all, I was shocked in the end. That epilogue, hello, that was too good. Like, I could totally see another book following this one, which maybe it is, I actually don't know. But yeah, this book follows this girl. She's a nurse practitioner at a prison, and basically one of the inmates there is her ex-boyfriend from high school. Yeah, and he pretty much traumatized her, and that's the reason that he's in prison, is because she put him there. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to work there with that. Like, he literally attempted to unalive her. Now she works where he is kept, in the prison. Like, hello? But yeah, I gave this one a 4-star. I thought it was super good. Gave me the little quick like palate cleanser feeling that I needed, and so I would recommend. The next book I read was Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I don't remember exactly what I ranked this, because on my Goodreads it says I ranked it a 2-star, but you know how it won't let you do like 2.5 or anything like that? Yeah, I'm gonna say I feel like I honestly put a lot of high expectation on myself just because I read One Golden Summer by her earlier this summer, and it was literally my favorite romance of the year so far. So going into another Carly Fortune book, I had, you know, a lot of high hopes. But yeah, basically this book follows this girl. Her mother owned this like resort on the lake, and Fern, the main character, pretty much decided from day one that she did not want to work there. She wanted to live a city life, creating an own life for herself. But pretty much one day her mom gets into a car accident and passes away, and so Fern has to go back and take over the resort while they're trying to figure out what to do with it after her mom can no longer be there to take care of it, obviously. But basically this follows a past and present point of view where she met Will back in the day whenever she lived in the city before her mom passed away, and in the future whenever he is there trying to help her at the resort. Basically, whenever she first met him, they agreed to go meet up 1 year later at the resort, and she showed up but he didn't, and never gave her an explanation or anything. And yeah, pretty much he was so annoying, especially towards the end. He was just making her chase him even though he was the one that had problems. Like, she was the one running after him, begging for him back. Like, hello? He literally put in no effort towards her, and he was just very annoying to me. So yeah, that's why I didn't really quite like this one. The whole end of it, I was just like, are we kidding me? I have to read this person's, here we go, this person's review on Goodreads. There's just no way this girl pined over a guy who didn't show up for 10 years because of one night, and the audacity of making her chase him even at the end of the book. Yeah, literally, basically. The audacity. That's all I have to say about this one. And then I finally decided to pick up the first book in the Knockabout series by Lucy Score, Things We Never Got Over. Look at the size of this chunker. Like, for just being a little bitty, you know, romance book, what the heck? This is like almost 600 pages. That's pretty dang crazy. But let me just say, I fear I ate this book up, y'all. I fear I did. Basically, this girl, Naomi, she was about to get married to this guy whenever she got a text from her sister saying she needed help. So she ended up leaving the wedding, running over to this small town called Nakamau where her sister was supposedly at. And pretty much her sister ended up leaving her with a niece that she didn't know she had, and she had to take care of her. And throughout it, there's this grumpy man, Knox. He is a love interest in the story, and just the way he came into the picture and just took care of her from day one. The only thing that I kind of like wasn't really happy about was the fact that neither one of them could admit their feelings for the other for like the longest time. I'm like, okay, you're clearly into one another. They're both trying to make it just like a one-time thing whenever it's like both of them clearly have feelings. Why is that trope always a thing? I don't know. But yeah, there's like an underlying crime ring thing going on that I think the rest of the series is gonna pick up on further, and I'm just like very invested. Just their whole found family, I love it so much. The way that she was able to turn his grumpiness around, and like she's the one person who changed him. Like, I don't know, I love that trope. So yeah, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Yeah, not a perfect 5 because of they couldn't admit their feelings, and I wish that he wasn't just like a little bit so mean. I don't know. So then after that, I of course had to pick up the next book in the series, and I found out that you have to read these in order, like because there's the underlying story going on in the background. You can't just pick like this one up before the blue one. Like, you have to read them in order. This is Things We Hide from the Light by her, and this follows Nash, which is Knox's twin brother and his love interest, which I'm not gonna say who it is because I feel like you should go into it without knowing. But as y'all can see, I literally have just started this one. So far, like he has gone through some sort of a trauma, and the way that it's affecting him, and I feel like she's just gonna pull him out of that side of himself and make him see that he is a really strong person even with this thing he's been going through. Because basically it just took such a toll on his ego. He's the sheriff, and there's only so much I can say, but I really do feel like I'm gonna love this one. The more and more I get into the series, I'm just like so invested in the found family. So yes, I haven't rated this one yet because I haven't finished it, but I will keep you updated. Stay tuned for my September wrap up because it will for sure be in that one. Yes, that is going to wrap up this video today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all the books I read in August. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you join my found family. I love you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.